So a Gen Zer gave me advice on my channel and I laughed at him. Now, I laughed until I discovered a couple of things and then I stopped laughing. I wonder what it is. I'm Gen X, kind of. He, Gen Z. He came up with this crazy name, I thought, of Handy Dandy Randy. I was like, wait, what? Handy Dandy what? Handy Dandy, make money with Randy. And I thought, ain't no way I'm saying that. That was until I started looking at it. All day, get this, y'all. All day, all I could hear is Handy Dandy, make money with Randy. In my ear, it was an earwig. So I decided to test it. And I got comments. I got some silence from people that normally say something. And then my 88-year-old mother-in-law says, no, don't do that. What you do right now is fine. And so I started wondering, what is it with this disconnect between Gen X and Gen Z? Do they have ideas that we can use? That's what I want to talk to you about today. In this video, that's what I've decided to go into and see if there's some things that we can do that puts us in a position to listen to them. That's it. Can we listen? Should we listen to them or not? Check this out. You'll see here in a minute how it starts making a difference. So let's take a look at this. Now, as you can see here, as I said, the Gen Zer gave me some advice and I laughed. So I wonder what would happen if I actually tested his ideas. So what would happen if you actually tested their ideas? Could it change anything? For me, it changed what I thought I knew about digital marketing to a sub segment. And that's the key here. When we start thinking about who are we trying to reach, it starts mattering. Here's the setup. So I like to look at it from when Gen X meets Gen Z in marketing, because I talk to a lot of Gen Zers. And I can tell you, they think they got it all figured out. And in certain cases, you want to go, well, since you got it all figured out, you go with that. Two generations, two entirely different approaches to marketing. But what we should be thinking about, who is it that we're trying to attract? Now, a good marketer would tell you, you have to adjust, you have to get into the mind where people are at. If you say, here's a product that I believe could serve this segment of folks, first things first, should I reach them on a billboard? Should I reach them on newspapers? Well, where should I reach them? On that little phone. Why? They're on the phone constantly. So why would I use outdated methods? That's what we want to get into today. Surprising outcomes that nobody could see coming. Skeptical. Look at this. The skeptical Gen X creator, me. Traditional marketing. Here's how I grew up. Straightforward, fact-driven, just give it, teach it, don't entertain, just educate. Well, we're finding out that that don't matter and that don't attract. Let's do TV commercials, print ads, early banner. Nope, not where they're at. Here's a proven formula. This is what I'm thinking. Gen X creator built a YouTube channel on experience, consistency. I know stuff. I'm going to teach stuff and they're going to want it. Yay. Maybe not. This sounds like internet mumbo jumbo. It's pretty much what I said. I says, wait, what? I laughed my tail off when I originally heard it. And I said, maybe I ought to think about this a little bit more. Now, here is the Gen Zer. They're native to digital products. They grow up with this stuff. We grew up with a TV, maybe one TV that sat on the ground, depending on how old you are. Just saying. Anybody remember Curtis Mathes's? All right. Born between 1997 and 2012, this generation is fluent in TikTok, in memes. So when I heard Handy Dandy make money with Randy, the only thing I liked was the rhyme. I didn't like the Handy Dandy. Nobody wants to be a dandy, but it rhymes. It's interesting. Let's find out. A different marketing philosophy. They believe marketing isn't about selling products, it's about authenticity. If you listen to my stuff, you say that guy, he thinks he's a dandy. I don't know. But he is sure is handy with the information that he's giving. Handy dandy. Make money with Randy. Now, that something very similar to that got me banned on Facebook. Now I'm back out of Facebook jail, but it got me banned because I says, here's how you can make money with Perplexity. Here's how you can use Perplexity AI to put cash in your pockets. And they says, no, can't do that. So I think somebody needs to talk to Mark Zuckerberg and say, hey, buddy, maybe somebody wanted to see that. So you stop this. Okay. Anyway, I got back on set because I had to apologize. Oh my gosh, I was just playing. Anyway, I'm back. But I don't know how for long because this one could get me banned. Why? Because it says Handy Dandy make money with Randy. So I may be banned already. Just saying. Look at this. Radical suggestions, lo-fi content over polished production. In other words, some of the Gen Zers are going out there saying, hey, look, I just want to know that it's real. I just want to know that it's you. I just want to know that. Oh, really? Yeah. Just that. Don't give me all this blah, blah, blah. Don't think that you need things perfect. And I can tell you that is so absolutely true. Why? Because all of the time I hear it in people that I coach. Hey, it's got to be perfect. I says, no, it doesn't. It's got to be done. Now I borrowed that from, well, Gen Zers. It's got to be done. It's got to be out there. It's got to be going. It's got to be tested. Here it is. The radical suggestions, lo-fi content over polished, community engagement over broadcast messaging. What? Wait. We got to listen to what people say? Yeah. Social values over features and benefits. Now we think, oh my gosh, what are y'all talking about now? Gen Zers. On one side, decades of a marketing experience. That's us. Hey, we know how to do this stuff. On the other, an entirely new rule book written by, guess what? Digital natives. So why would I be selling digital natives my stuff the way I sell it? Oh my gosh, this isn't the first time I heard that. I remember I had a virtual assistant, young, 22, 23. And she says, hey, Randy, your stuff is boring. Wait, what? She says, well, it's boring for my generation. We want to see stuff moving around and all that. Well, I think that might be changing a little bit, but still. And I was like, well, but I teach. I like to do this. Well, you keep on doing that and getting 2 views. Okay, just saying. Understanding why these 2 generations approach marketing from a completely different from completely different planets, and why that matters for every creator. This is for all of y'all, every creator out there. This is for us. Whether you're older, listen to a different way. Listen to it this different way. Here is the Gen X mindset. Clear ROI focus. Return on interest. Oh, return on income? Return on what? Invitation? Return on ideas? ROI. We look at that and go return on our investment. They prefer direct messaging with measurable results. Every marketing dollar needs to justify itself with concrete metrics and proven performance. Oh, I'm sorry. That's us. That's me. That's us. We of a certain age. It could be 40. It could be 50. We want this. We have trend skepticism, but I did a video once recently that talked about if that trend can make you some dollars, let's go get that trend. Naturally wary of flashy trends and influencer hype. We hear this all the time, but God dog it, Iden show speed is killing the game. The Kai Sanats of the world are killing the game. People like them, people gravitate towards them, and they put their time in. Kai Sanat been at this game, or I Show Speed's been at this game since he was 17. Now we see him just pop on the scene, but it's been 10 years. It's been X amount of years. So they put in their time, not 30 years, 20 years like we may have. But this is what we want: efficiency driven, value, facts, straightforward brand voice, no nonsense communication. We have to cut that out, y'all. We've got to get past that. Why? Because Gen Zers could use our products and services too. They're listening to it. They're looking at us going, man, that guy's an OG. He knows what he's doing. She's an OG. She knows what she's doing. But if we go, yeah, but I'm not talking to you, then we lose out on a segment of the population that could make us a bag. Just saying that. That's not typical implied guarantee that you will. It's not typical implied guarantee that you will. Some people that try this stuff do nothing because they won't listen. I'm listening. Traditional foundations, that's us. Shaped by TV ads, email campaigns, and early internet banner ads. I was on a site called WAP. It sounds bad, I know. WHOP. And oh my gosh, there were people on there just killing it. Young guys, young girls, killing it. Why? They've tapped into something, and it was a place where they can make money. So we come on as traditionalists. We come on and they says, oh, I got your ass. They clip them up and they go, oh my gosh, what did you do to my ad? What did you do to my video? It's like I chopped that sucker up so that it would appeal to a different generation. We have to be aware of this. Gen Zers, look at this. They're talking about, hey, we do digital first. They don't know life without the internet. We do. We remember having to go to a phone booth. Just saying. Hyper aware of advertising tactics. No, they don't like to be sold, y'all. They like to be talked to because they're immersed in them since birth. In other words, they have seen it from birth, all this advertising. So they're kind of going, can you be real? Can you be authentic? Just be yourself. Now, I know that we like to call them the feeling generation. Well, I feel. Be like, what do you mean you feel? What about what you think? Don't worry about what I think. I feel. That becomes a deal. Platform fluency. They have done this, consumed lots of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and emerging platforms. Y'all hear that? Emerging platforms. Creator economy citizens. Gosh, that's a good title. I might have to use that. CEC. They reject traditional ads completely. They don't even want to see them. Get them out of here. Why the disconnect? Here it is. Technology adoption varied across changes how brands are discovered. Marketing philosophy, cultural touchstones, all of these different things, different eras. Now, our parents didn't see stuff the way we saw stuff either. We thought we could hang out all night, and they says, no, we're not doing that. Look at this. The Gen Z's BS detector is finely tuned from lifelong content saturation. So they've seen it all. Even though you go, wait, you're young. They go, and yeah, but since birth, I've been seeing this mess, and I can tell you, don't smell right. It's not authentic. It's not you. Okay. Control versus chaos. Gen Z Gen X values control, polish, and perfection. It's got to be just right. I got friends that tell me that stuff all the time. It's got to be perfect. I remember a good friend of mine just the other day. Brilliant. She's smart and all kind of, and just, but now she's getting ready to enter into MySpace, and MySpace being launching products and services and digital stuff. And she's like, oh, I got to wait till it's perfect. I said, it's not perfection. No, I even says on my text stream with her, no, perfection, just done. Get it done, get it out, get it tested. See if anybody wants it. If somebody wants it, bring it back in. They'll tell you what they don't like. Could you add this? Man, I wish it had this. I wish your product had this. And you're sitting over there waiting for perfection. And somebody gets out there and goes, I just put it out. but it's not ready. It don't have to be ready. It was ready for me. I just put it out. That becomes one of the differences, y'all. Look at this. Testing Gen Z advice and experiment. I decided, or I should say for you, I know what I did. Decide to actually test these wild ideas on your channel. I tested it. I'm now testing it again. Now, Facebook might say, I don't care what kind of test you're doing. We don't like you saying that. It's against our policy. Well, Facebook, I just want to say to you, I'm just playing. It's a joke. Come on. This is what a Gen Zer told me to do. Look at this. What could start off as curiosity could turn into a complete transformation of your content strategy. Well, what say you? What if you just did what they told you to do? Would it make a difference? Yes, no. If it makes a difference, shut up and get out of your own way. What can change your channel? Lo-fi over perfection. Y'all see it? Lo-fi over protection could change your channel. This could change your channel. I should probably change the title. This could change your title forever. This could change your channel forever. Change your titles, change your channel. So here it is. What can change it? These things. Active community building, right? I'm not a big community builder because I don't like to join stuff. But, well, maybe it's time that I learn to join stuff. I told y'all before, I'm joining things now. I can't believe it. Yeah. Trend integration. Incorporate trending sound. Incorporated trending sounds and means relevant to Gen Z culture. Stop fighting the algorithm and start working with it. The algorithm says all we want to do is put it in front of folks that want it. You can be hard-headed if you want, but here's what we do. TikTok came along and showed us all that. It says, hey, I don't care how many subscribers you got. I don't care. If they don't want it, if they don't want to see it, we ain't going to put it in front of them. Okay, you kind of go, well, okay, that's harsh, but that's life. That's the way it is. So what if results surprised you? What if they surprise you, y'all? This is hypothetical. Look at these numbers. What if your numbers started going up across all categories? What if the numbers do not lie to you? What if within weeks of implementing Gen Z strategies? You know what? That probably would be a really good, if I were a Gen Zer, I would call my whole program Gen Z Strategy, GenZStrategies.com. Gen Z strategies. And every year when it moved, I say millennial strategies. I go right on down the alphabet because they know stuff that we don't know. And if you could be the one, guess what? Fund that. Gen Xer, fund it and let them go. Hey, what do you think? I remember hearing the story about Stephen Bartlett, young. He's he runs the Diary of a CEO, young, full of ideas. And Sean Puri, who does the My First Million podcast, and he says they hired him. They were young. They were just wilding out, but the results, they did not play because they were just doing stuff, creating breaking rules, not even caring about, not even knowing the rules, perhaps. Well, we know the rules. Like Facebook puts us in Facebook jail and we get scared. I decided, hey, thank you, Facebook. Yeah, I'm going after something else. That's fine. I was prepared. I was like, okay, let's move my community. Let's go over here into one of my other communities where we can do what we want. We're not a Facebook community. I says, let's move off platform and let's move over here. So if that happens again, and they say we're going to put you in Facebook jail, but we didn't like that content, because that's an algorithm doing that. That's an AI saying, I heard this word, therefore, boom, stop. So they had put me in Facebook jail until like March. That would have represented a whole almost 2 months. I said, okay, that's fine. And this is what a lot of the Gen Zers do. They just go, all right, let's move on to something else. You never remain idle because there ain't no time for that, to keep it moving. So what if you got increases in engagement across your metrics? What if new subscribers skewed significantly younger and more active. What if comments shifted from polite to enthusiastic because of what you're doing and because of the way you're sharing and because of the way you're talking to them? Now, is that not being, oh my gosh, authentic to yourself? Well, if you're trying to do something and you sell into a particular crowd, if you sell into your old fuddy duddies, well, okay. Yeah, never heard that term, fuddy duddy? Well, there it is. So if that's you and you decide, well, you hemming and hawing, I want to do it this way. Well, you take your tail in there and just do it that way then. Because what is potentially happening is we've got people that can talk to us, Gen Xers. These Gen Zers can say things and says, look, handy dandy, you know, it rhymes. And maybe they like rhyme. Maybe they're used to, people rapping in their ears. Handy dandy, make money with Randy. And it just works. So call yourself handy dandy, make money with Randy, and keep it good. Now, what could we do? Now, we could say, well, let's just do another channel. Yes, that's what we could do. Handy dandy, make money with Randy. This channel only talks to Gen Z and younger. Who knows? It could pop off because it's got this interesting name and it's not your name. And this is one of the things that he said to me. He says, hey, why did Randy name his channel his name? And we think about that and we go, yeah, what? If I want to sell the channel, what am I going to do? Sell Randy the channel? Now, I did a little something. It's the monetize your life guy, right? Yeah, kind of, I guess, but not really. So let's listen to him. Proofs in the analytics. If every skeptical bone in your Gen X body had to admit it, can we admit that, damn, they got some good ideas? Now, we may not think they're good ideas, but they may be ideas that work. That's the key. Man, those ideas work. Fire. They worked. What did they do? Well, they're printing money. Now, again, not typical implied, guaranteed, or even promise that anything's going to make any money. This is for educational purposes. I say these things. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm simply saying, why not listen to another generation? It's like when we talk to older generations and they give us some good advice and we go, now that I'm older, I can take that. I can hear it. I can see the sense in it. And you can kind of go, wait a minute, this is not different. It's not significantly different, just kind of. Well, if that's the case, what are we doing? Just saying. Proof can be in our analytics, y'all. Lessons learned, bridging the generational gap. The real magic is going to happen when we do this. For me, it was when I stopped choosing between Gen X experience and Gen Z innovation. Handy dandy, make money with Randy. Okay. Channel coming soon. Key takeaways for you marketers of a certain age, you creators of a certain age. Gen Xers, listen. Don't dismiss the Gen Z advice as kid stuff. Some of it's data-driven, tested, and proven in the most competitive attention economy ever. That's what we should call it. ROA, return on attention. We call it ROI because that's all we care about. Money, money, money. Does it make money? But does it return attention? Because where attention goes, cash flow flows. Just saying. Embrace authenticity over perfection. Just be yourself. I come on these lives and I'm like, look, here's what's up. This is what you get. Me. I'm live. Sometimes I don't go live because I'm like, oof, I don't want to go live. And I'll give you a video. Well, it's a live now, but it's a recorded video. It's not now, but just in case. This one might be recorded in the future. Are y'all cool with that? Here's my authentic self saying, sometimes I'll do that. Yeah. Know your audience. Understand each generation's values and communication styles. Now, This is a part. I learned this working with a guy here who has an organization, and all he does is facilitate for younger generation. And oh my gosh, wiry, of course, because guess what? You were too. Yeah, I think about it. Yeah, I was when I was that age. I was really wiry. Couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't slow me down. All that stuff. Now you're teaching them. You're older. Now they'll respect you a bit because you're older. You know, you're probably like their dad or something, or their mom, and they're going, I don't want this. Could be my mom, or you could tell my mom, whatever. But the fact is, they got ideas, and that's what you do. Then pull those ideas out of them, get it out there, right? Blend the best. Marketing success today requires combining. Here's what I want you to see, and I'm going to give you a call to action. Combining Gen X strategic experience with Gen Z platform innovation. Now, that's old school and new school can rule. You hear me? Old school and new school. So we got new school tools, but old school rules. And you combine them and potentially go out there and make a good living for it to make some money. I'm just saying, could. Down Facebook, don't mess with me. I'm just saying. Gen X, Gen Z, get together and y'all go get that bag. Now, again, nothing's typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised. People that try to make a bag, whether you Gen Z and Gen X get together, joint venture, whatever it is, make nothing because something's missing. And it could be the fact that you're not even trying. Well, I took his idea and I says, even send him some money. I laughed at it, and I'm more leaning toward my mama-in-law. She says, don't do it. What you do, but that's talking to her. She might go, I like this. I don't like that. I don't like this handy dandy make money with Randy. But I'm trying it. Yep. I sent him a couple of bucks and said, thank you. And now I'm going out and I'm testing it just like I'm doing right now. I went out, put it on Facebook. Hey, what y'all think about this? This Gen Zer said I should change my name to that. I'm laughing. I'm doubled over in laughter. The future is watching. Your future audience is already here, consuming content in ways you might not understand yet. Adapt or become irrelevant. Thanks. Y'all ready to bridge the generational? Y'all ready to bridge this gap? Let's create content that speaks to every generation authentically. The conversation starts now. Are you ready to listen, test, and transform? I'm going to leave this for you so that you can find it. I'll probably put it over at getmyguides.com, but you can find it. I'll leave links for you to check it out. I put tools all throughout. Put tools out there so that you can find this stuff. Start the conversation, learn more. If you want to contact me, I'll put my information in here and I will leave this presentation like I typically do. I'll leave it for you. But in the meantime, I want you to get it in your head right now. This divide is only a divide because we decided it was a divide. Because we determined that whatever they just said sounds silly. But whatever they just said don't sound silly to who we might want to say it to eventually. Now, it might sound silly to our folks because we look back and go, there ain't no way I'm calling myself handy dandy Randy or whatever. And yet, the earwig continues. It's still in there. Handy dandy make money with Randy. Now, I started trying to massage the way it was said and all kinds of stuff, but I said, forget it. I'm going to use it just like that. Went out, created the thumbnail for it. Y'all saw the thumbnail, right? Yeah, I created the thumbnail. I'll show you. Sure, I went over and created the thumbnail. I'll show you where I created it. So I go over to one of my tools right here that I love using. I go right over here. I put a link for you in the description field, right? So let me go over here and find it real quick. Quick search, all tools. Let's go to thumbnail creator, right? So I'm going to go over to thumbnail creator. Right? So here it is, thumbnail downloader, thumbnail analyzer. Nope, I don't want that. I want this here. I want the thumbnail generator. All right. So I go over to thumbnail generator and I just start putting in stuff. Right now, let me go ahead and look at some of mine. I can use Nano Banana. Now think about that. Nano Banana. What kind of darn name is that? One that is printing. Just what I'm saying. So I go over there and I says, okay, great. I'll create it. All right. Where is it? Where is that name? Cash in your pocket. No. Where is it? Where did I make that thumbnail? Oh, that's no. I guess it's not in here. Where did I make that thumbnail? Handy dandy, make money with Randy. Well, if it's not in here, then I don't know. I must have just downloaded it thinking that there is no freaking way. No way this is going to work. So I may have literally done away with it. Who knows? Still, doesn't matter. The point is, and I think you get it, is that we have a tremendous opportunity to listen to someone other than ourselves and go out there and make a bag. Right now, y'all down with it? If you're down with it, I'm down with it. All I'm suggesting is try what they tell us. Just for a month, 30 days. If it don't work, you go get out of here. You could fire them if you want to. And see if it works. If it works for you, get back to me, put it in the description field, say, hey man, that works. I've been talking to these Gen Zers all this time. And they're for real. Let me know. We'll talk soon. Peace.